Hello everyone, I hope that this video finds you well. Today I'm going to be talking about the G1000 and what features it has to help you mitigate through potential bad weather or rerouting if you weren't able to get into contact with others, such as air traffic control. Depending on the G1000 aircraft and what you have installed in it, every G1000 is different and every installation is different in what features it has, as well as subscriptions. So for example, many G1000s have XM weather feature, but the XM weather feature is also dependent on the subscriptions. So if you don't have certain subscriptions, some things that you might be looking for in the weather may not be available to you. But if you do have certain subscriptions, there's a plethora of things that you're able to do and use with your G1000. To access this, you'd use your small FMS knob and scroll over to the weather map page. And once you got there, then at the bottom of your flight display, you'd see a bunch of soft keys that had different settings and tools that you're able to use. Some examples of this would be NextRad, which is next generation radar. This is able to show you precipitation and the intensity of precipitation, but that can't be misconstrued as being able to show you the level of clouds that they're at. It's only able to see visible precipitation, but it's also able to show you the types of precipitation, such as rain or snow or hail or something like that. It also will have a lightning soft key. This will show in the area or whatever area you're trying to scan at where there's sky to ground lightning strikes. Next, it'll also show you your SIGMETs and your AMETs in the area, and you're able to use your range function on your G1000, and you can zoom in or zoom out and see the areas around you where there are AirMets and SIGMETs, so you can pre-plan and mitigate the risks of running into worse weather and how to reroute to better weather and better situations. Next, it's also able to give you METARs, which is super helpful. This function gives you the METARs of anything around you, and you can zoom out and also see things that are a little farther from you, which would be very, very helpful to see what the weather is like if you need to reroute in different areas in their current terminal area forecasts and things of that nature rather. There's also a more weather feature, which gives you some of the more smaller but very important information, such as the winds and the freezing levels and much, much more. I believe that this is extremely helpful with all of these things because not only are you able to see weather that's in front of you, behind you, to your left and to your right, but you're able to pre-plan on where you're safest to reroute to. Once you are able to identify where the most severe weather is, where the biggest risk there is, then you're able to make a decisive decision on where you think the safest route of rerouting is on your course. For example, if you find out that you need to change your course to a southwesterly heading, then you can then go into your G1000 again and get the METARs for all possible alternate areas after you've redirected away from severe weather. It's able to give you as up-to-date and on-time information, which isn't exactly current sometimes with what the ATIS is, but it's able to give you a good idea of what's ahead of you at your possible alternate airports. It's still important to remember that once you begin your diversion, though the METARs and the G1000 is very helpful, it has a timestamp on it. So sometimes it may be very, very current, and sometimes it may be a little less current than you'd like. So it's important to go back into the ATIS, which you're able to find these frequencies to whatever alternate airport you want by selecting the airport and going into the airport, and it'll give you everything you need to know about the airport, including runways, frequencies, and things of that such. So using your G1000, you're going to be able to see the weather in front of you. You're going to be able to find frequencies, find different airports, and find the terminal area forecast and the METARs for these alternate airports. This tool can be used to help mitigate your risk, but we have to keep in mind that we can't use it to, for lack of better terms, thread the needle through bad weather. Because this weather information is not extremely current, it's sometimes behind, you cannot rely upon it to be exact on the location of where these potential storms or bad weather may be. I hope that this video is informative, and I'm glad to, and I'm happy to see your videos coming up.